Friends, a nurse was giving medicine to her father when suddenly a young man came in and started tickling her. And what happened next will blow your mind. So stay till the end of the video because things are about to get exciting. It was night, when New York City usually slows its heartbeat, but not for Emily Ryan. 28-year-old Emily, a private nurse, was taking care of her father, Professor David Ryan. David, a famous astronomer, had been fighting a rare and mysterious illness for months, an illness that had confined him to his bed. Emily gently touched David's forehead. She knew it was time for his medicine, the medicine that kept him calm but could not cure his disease. Tonight she was tired. Maybe that's why her ears were extra sensitive to every little sound. Just as Emily picked up the syringe, she heard a soft, muffled laugh. It touched her heart directly. She turned instantly. No one was in the room. Thinking it was her imagination, she began to give the medicine. At that very moment, she felt an unexpected electric touch on her side. It was a tickle, light, intentional, right under her ribs, the place where Emily had always been the most ticklish, even when she was only 3 years old. The tickle was so sudden and effective that Emily jumped with a startled laugh. It was a strange, frightened laugh that cut through the silence. The syringe slipped from her hand and clattered onto the coffee table. A moment later, behind her stood Jack Silverman, a 24-year-old nurse assistant with a smile so wide it almost closed his eyes. Jax was always energetic and playful. In a whisper, Jack said, "Ha! I knew this would work. You need some fun, Miss Ryan. You look way too stressed." Emily's heart was still racing, but the laughter had eased her fear a bit. She looked at Jax with a mix of anger and amusement. Emily whispered, "Jax, you'll kill me someday. And what are you doing here at night? Is this how you enter a room?" Jax rolled his eyes and said, "I'll bet your father is laughing too." He glanced at David, whose face was calm. "Dr. Williams asked me to get a confidential file. And by the way, I lost a bet. You owe me $1 now because I made you laugh." Emily picked up the syringe but noticed something on Jack's left hand. On his wrist was a deep purple mark shaped exactly like a broken star. Emily had seen that mark before. But where? Right then, David Ryan, who hardly moved, suddenly opened his eyes and blinked once, slowly. It reminded Emily of a childhood signal, their childhood code. Whenever there was danger, David blinked once. It wasn't a joke. That broken star mark, the tickle, and now her father's signal. It was all part of a terrifying puzzle. The next day, Emily tried to forget the strange incident, but the broken star mark and David's blink kept replaying in her mind. She was in her home library, filled with David's astronomy books and telescopes. She was flipping through an old, messy notebook where David had written notes from past travels. Suddenly, in the middle of the notebook, she found a note in David's handwriting, "The stargazer's rule, only tickles tell the truth." Something clicked in Emily's mind. Jax had said he had bet he could make her laugh, for $1. On the next page, she saw a sketch of a broken star. Below it was written, "J.S. They never lie." J.S.? Jack Silverman? Just then, Jax's voice came from behind. "Are you writing me a bank check for that $1, Miss Ryan?" Emily jumped. She closed the notebook and smiled, hiding her fear. Emily said, "Jax, again, no knocking. Yes, your $1, and can you tell me why you show up at night like this?" Jax made a weird, funny, but mysterious pose. He said, "Look, I have a theory. Secrets are what make life exciting. And anyway, I show up at night because I accidentally mixed Dr. Williams's ultra-secret files with coffee. Had to reprint them." It was a light moment, and Emily almost laughed. Jax was truly funny. But then her eyes drifted to his hand again. Emily gathered courage and asked, "Jax, that mark on your hand, what happened?" Jax instantly pulled down his sleeve. In a calm voice, he said, "Oh, that? Just a stupid accident. Camping trip. Long story." And he quickly left the room, leaving Emily with a hollow, unsettling feeling. There was fear in his movement, Emily now understood this wasn't an accident. Her father's code, the tickle, Jax's mysterious behavior, it was all connected. Emily sat beside David's bed and touched his fingers. Tears filled her eyes. She whispered, "Dad, I know you're hiding something. I need your help. Please tell me what the tickle means." Suddenly, the ventilator machine made a long, unusual beep. A word flashed quickly on the screen. SW. SW. Skywatcher. Emily remembered Skywatcher, the secret group her father once whispered about, a group that controlled the world's most powerful financial information under the cover of astronomy. Emily dialed Dr. Williams. She said, "Dr. Williams, I need to know something about Jack Silverman. Who is he really?" Dr. Williams' voice was strangely calm. He said, "Jax? He's an excellent nurse, Emily. His background has been checked. Don't worry. You're stressed." But when the call ended, Emily noticed Dr. Williams had tracked the call. She quickly opened David's notebook and found a folded paper inside. On it was a bank account number and a code, not tickle, key. Emily remembered her mother, Sarah Ryan, who had died in a mysterious plane crash 3 years ago. At that time, David had been close to exposing a huge Skywatcher secret. Were Jax, the tickle, and the broken star mark all connected to Skywatcher? Emily made a decision. She could trust no one now. The next day, she took a day off and went to the bank with the account details. The bank manager checked the account and Emily's eyes widened. The account was in her name, but she had never known about it. The manager said, "Your father opened this 3 years ago, one day before your mother's crash, and it opens with the single passcode." Emily remembered the childhood tickle code her father used, the 5 tickles. She asked the manager if she could enter any 5-digit sequence she wanted. The manager said yes. Emily entered 74274, the 5 numbers she always laughed on when she was tickled. The account opened. Inside was a video message. David Ryan, healthy and smiling, appeared on the screen. The video was 3 years old. David said, "My dear Emily, if you're watching this, it means I'm in danger. Skywatcher killed Sarah, and now they're after me. To protect you and this secret, I assigned someone to watch over me." Then David showed his arm, a broken star mark. David continued, "To identify that person, he will tickle you in a way that reminds you of your mother. If he does, it means danger is close, but he is helping you. That person is Jax. He's a former Skywatcher member who switched sides." Emily burst into tears. The tickle that scared her so much was her father's emotional safety key. Suddenly, the bank alarm went off. Dr. Williams and 2 guards entered. Dr. Williams shouted, "Close that account." Emily quickly downloaded one last file containing Skywatcher's secret transactions and members. She tried to run, but Dr. Williams grabbed her. He yelled, "Give me the file. Your father was a traitor, and so are you." Suddenly, Jack stood at the bank gate with a small but powerful device. He pressed it. All bank lights shut off. In the darkness, Jax whispered, "Tickle time is over, doctor. Now it's adventure time." Jax and Emily used the darkness to escape. Jax grabbed her and said, "I know a back exit. Your father taught me everything. Let's run." Emily held the file tightly. Her fear turned into strength. She knew she had to protect her father's legacy, and Jax was her unexpected tickling partner. Jax led her to the parking garage. They reached the dusty old Ford Mustang. Emily whispered, "Jax, I thought you were with them. That tickle." Jax opened the door and said, "Wait. First, we get out of here. This car belonged to your mom. Your father kept it safe with me." They jumped in. As Jax started the engine, they saw a black SUV racing toward the bank. Jax sped away. He said, "Listen, Emily, the tickle was a double code. It was my identity sign to show I was safe, but also meant Williams was close. Your father used me as a spy to watch them without raising suspicion. Tears rolled down Emily's eyes. Her father had done so much to protect her. Emily asked softly, "My mom, Sarah, were you there?" Jax replied with sadness, "Yes. I was a lower-level Skywatcher member when they killed her. I tried, but I couldn't save her. That day, I changed sides. David helped me. This broken star mark, he created it for me as a fake membership tattoo so Skywatcher would trust me." Jax drove toward the Brooklyn Bridge. The SUV was still following them. Emily yelled, "Jax, you're driving too fast." Jax smirked. "This is my emotional therapy. And you know the difference between a spy and a nurse? A nurse saves lives, a spy risks them. Now buckle up." He suddenly turned into a narrow alley, causing the SUV to crash into garbage. They escaped for now. Jax parked near an abandoned warehouse. He plugged the USB into an old laptop. "We need to find that hideout. Your father's last message was Northstar." Emily remembered. Northstar was David's favorite telescope. She said, "Northstar. That's the name he used for a secret room in an old New York observatory, now a closed museum." Jax's eyes lit up. He matched the coordinates with the observatory. They found a location, an unused metro tunnel beneath it. Jax said excitedly, "Emily, you're amazing. Williams knows we know. We don't have time." Before leaving, Emily showed Jax another file from the bank. David's voice recording. They played. David's shaky but loving voice echoed, "My dear Amy, if you hear this, you're safe. You'll be mad I didn't tell you anything, but I wanted to protect you from the pain I felt when I lost Sarah. I started this fight for her. I told Jax to reach you through only one sign, the tickle. I knew you'd laugh, and I wanted you to remember that, no matter what, you must always have a reason to laugh. I love you. Stop, Skywatcher." Emily broke down. Jax quietly placed a hand on her shoulder. He said, "He was a great man, Emily. Let's finish this, for him and for Sarah." They entered the abandoned observatory, cold, old, mysterious. Using his spy skills, Jax led her to the hidden elevator. It took them down to a massive underground server farm, the heart of Skywatcher. Inside, they saw Dr. Williams with guards, trying to erase all data. Williams screamed, "They can't escape. Delete everything." Jax looked at Emily. "I'll distract them. You upload the file. Put it on his desk terminal. Even if they erase the servers, the evidence stays on his private drive." Jax shouted, "Hello, doctor. Want your money back?" He threw a smoke bomb. The room filled with smoke. Emily used the moment. She uploaded the file to Williams' personal terminal. Williams coughed and yelled, "Silverman, you traitor!" Emily saw Williams pointing a gun at Jax. She remembered her father's code. Not tickle. Key. Emily shouted, "Jax, laugh!" Jax instantly understood. He pretended to laugh loudly, distracting Williams. In that moment, Jax grabbed a heavy object and threw it at Williams' hand. The gun fell. Seeing guards rushing in, Emily and Jax ran toward an unused exit tunnel. At the other end, morning light shimmered on NYC skyscrapers. They had succeeded. Skywatcher had been exposed. Emily sighed with relief. Her emotional journey wasn't over, but now she had justice and an unexpected friend. Emily looked at Jax and said, "Thank you, my tickling spy." Jax touched his broken star mark and smiled. "You're welcome, my brave nurse. Come on, we have to go see your father." And with that, Emily said, our video ends here. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.